Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the new Chantecaille Fall 2020 collection. Chantecaille was kind enough in sending this collection to me, so a huge thank you to them. This is not a sponsored video, but they did send me these products to review for you guys. So we are going to be talking about a new eyeshadow palette. There's 3 shades in here, and then we're also going to be talking about 3 new shades that they've come out with for their lip veil formula. So here are the 3 lipsticks. We are going to be doing swatches. I'll be doing a demo of this look, and I'll be giving you some thoughts on this collection. So I'm just going to read the back of the box here. It's a very short little paragraph. It says, an exclusive palette of 3 flattering elephant embossed eye shine shades: Selenki, which is a burnished gold; Nanu, which is a soft taupe; and Red Earth, which is a strong copper. The palette gives back to Space for Giants, a Kenyan nonprofit, and their Walk for Giants, a trek through one of Africa's great elephant corridors, raising funds and awareness to protect their ancient migratory landscape. So wonderful. I love that Chantecaille always works with a not-for-profit when they release their special collections. So let's take a close look at this palette. So on the front here, you will see this beautiful, it's almost like it's like a metal plate with this black and white picture of an elephant on there. I hope the camera's picking it up because it is very, very reflective, but it is so beautiful. And I personally I love elephants, absolutely love them. But let's go ahead and take a look on the inside here. So this palette has a nice mirror on the inside cover. We have our 3 shades. These pans, by the way, are removable. So Chantecaille does have eyeshadows as part of their regular line, and they come in pans, and you can kind of like play around with all of these palettes. They have refillable palettes that are 8 palettes big, is that right? 4 across, yeah, 4x2. And then they have these like smaller ones that have 3 in them. So if you have some Chantecaille shadows, or if you've been interested in picking some up and maybe you want to play around with the different shades that you have, you can just pop these out. There's like holes in the back. So there are the 3 shades in there. And then we have that elephant embossing, which is just the most adorable thing ever. The kind of like metallic sheen that you see over the elephants, that is like an overspray. So I was sure to kind of get through that overspray before I got to the demo today, because I wanted you guys to get a true sense of the actual eyeshadow without any of that overspray in there. And all the shadows in here are definitely of a satin finish, and they give like a nice kind of like metallic reflect without any of that overspray all by themselves. So it's not like they're matte underneath or anything. So let's go ahead and take a look at some swatches. So I'm just swatching them from left to right. So first we have Nanu, which is the soft taupe. And then we have Red Earth, which is the strong... And then we have Red Earth, which is the strong copper. And then we have Selenki, which is the burnished gold. And then I think I forgot to mention that this palette also does come with like a nice eyeshadow brush, and I happen to like the Chantecaille eyeshadow brushes that they include in their little palettes. So that is the eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love the colors. They just really, really speak to me. I think you get a warm feeling from this color story without it being too, I don't know, too red or too orange. You get like a very nice kind of smoky feel to this. They have this really unique way of like conveying a look and feel of something without kind of going overboard. Like they do it just right. And I just love this color story because it just gives me like that soft, smoky, like kind of natural kind of look. And this whole safari theme I think is so dead on for fall. Like for fall, I always think of those colors, like falling leaves colors. I always want to whip out like my camel coat. I just reach for colors that are very, very rich. And that's what this like collection really says to me. So I love the color story. I love these shadows. If you've had experience with Chantecaille's just regular pressed shadows that they sell individually, these are really no different. They have a very beautiful, like light kind of like pigmentation. Like they're not overly pigmented, and they go on just so smoothly and evenly. I feel like when I say something is light in pigmentation, I think sometimes people mistake that for being patchy, or they have the potential to be patchy, but these don't. They're just a little bit lighter in pigmentation than I think a lot of shadows that we're used to nowadays, but they just give you just this beautiful wash. It's so like watercolory, and it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. They like blend into each other beautifully. They blend and like transition out beautifully. So I have all three of the shades on my eyes. And like I said, I just love this like very soft, smoky look for fall. I just feel like it looks good with like olive greens and camels and like burnt oranges and like chocolate browns. I just love it. Absolutely love it. They've also come out with lip colors in their lip veil formula. The lip veil formula from Chantecaille is one of my favorite lip formulas ever. It is just so moisturizing, so comfortable on the lips. When you remove your makeup at the end of the night, it just feels like you had a lip mask on all day. I just love it. And I was so happy that they included some lip veils in this collection. So let's take a look at these colors. The first one is Plumeria. And this is like a really beautiful kind of like mid-tone pink color. So this is like almost like a Your Lips But Better kind of color. The next color is Tamarind, and that's actually what I have on my lips at the moment. So this is the deepest, kind of richest brown color that we have here. And then lastly, we have Acacia. And this one I find to be very similar to Plumeria, the first one. It's just a little bit deeper. So like I said, I have Tamarind on my lips right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this and we will do some lip swatches of the other two. All right, so first up we have Plumeria. So that was the first one, the lightest one out of the three. So there is Plumeria. It's like just a really pretty soft pink. And because these eyeshadows are kind of like neutral in tone, I feel like when you put on a cooler lipstick like this one, it makes like the taupe especially look like a little bit cooler. And then finally we have Acacia. So here is Acacia. It is a little bit deeper than Plumeria, but I find that it's also not quite as cool. This one is probably the most neutral. And then Tamarind, the one that I had on first, is definitely the warmest and also the most like brown in tone. So as you guys know, I love Chantecaille products and these are no exception. I love the eyeshadow palette. I love the color story. I love the way they perform. I feel like they just go on like a dream. I don't feel like I have to sit there and blend them out forever. They just kind of blend themselves. They just have this beautiful natural look, but there's like a little bit of sheen. I can create a little bit of smokiness. I just love it. Absolutely love it. I think they just perform beautifully. And these lip veils, as I've already said, one of my favorite lip formulas. Oh, it's so comfortable. And with the colder months coming, this is like the perfect like lip formula to have in your collection because it's so nourishing. And these colors are so beautiful. Not only do they work with this eyeshadow palette, but they would just, I mean, I think they would just work with anything, with just about anything. So let's go ahead and jump into my demo of this. All right, I'm gonna start with this shade over on the left. And I've got my Sonia G Blender Pro brush. And I'm gonna start in the inner corner here and just drag it along my lash line, bring it over my lid. So I am using the portion of the eyeshadow that does not have the overspray. I'm really focusing my brush like right over here, and there's still a really beautiful sheen there. I was most curious about that, like what these shadows would look like without that little bit of metallic overspray, and there is just a gorgeous like metallic sheen to them anyway. So I'm just gonna stick with the same brush. I'm gonna go into this like coppery, red coppery shade in the middle. So beautiful. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna stick my brush like on the outer portion of the pan so we can get like a true sense of the shadow. And I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner and then blend it over towards the center. It's so pretty. It's like one of those shades I feel like at first it reads like a dark brown, but then it's like, wait a second, what's going on there? And then you see that like that reddish glint to it. So pretty. All right, I'm taking my Esom G 34 brush, my big blender brush. I'm gonna go into this lightest shade here. And again, I'm gonna pick up from outside the elephant and just use this to blend out the top edge here. It's very shimmery, so you definitely have to like that look. All of the shades in here are shimmery. Next, I'm gonna take my Rephr number 12 brush, and this is like a round ferrule, kind of like domed, dense kind of brush. And I really like that if I'm going for like a smoked out kind of look, especially for my lower lash line. So I'm gonna pick up that first color that I used with this brush and drag it underneath here. And then I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this center shade with this number 12 brush and just add it to the like corner here and a little bit onto my lower lash line. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes, throw on some of the Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara, and then we'll put on some lips. All right, so since I am going for kind of a smoky kind of look, I'm gonna put on the Tamarind shade to finish off this look. All right, so here is my final look using the Chantecaille Fall 2020 collection. I am in love with it. You guys heard all of my thoughts earlier, so let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.